slow down, you should get to the hood and like sit there and like record in front of you.
I don't trust you. But what I can do is just, you know.
Okay, I know.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon.
Siggi and I, and welcome to the 10th vlog on this channel!
Yay! Woo!
Yeah, I got some emotional support today. This is Siggi, my boyfriend.
This is Kim.
Yeah. And this is Storikambø. It's the farm of Siggi's parents, and we have taken over. This is our first summer season together, and yeah, we will just give you a little tour around the farm. So to start this video, we will just take you to probably what is my favorite place on the farm. Do you want to say something to this?
No, I don't know where you're taking us.
Well, to the little forest thingy with the river.
Okay. No.
Okay. But look who we have here. So not only is this my favorite place, because over there, when you lie in between the trees, it's perfect to read a book and just relax. But I think it's also the favorite place of our retired horses. So over here, for example, we have Letty. Hi, old man. Hi, cutie pie. Are you having a chill time? Sorry, old fella.
They're just vibing together.
Alrighty.
Letty, are you gonna do that too?
He's like, go away. Well, anyway, there's the fence to the winter field. Here's our little river with our tiny forest. And over there, on the other side of the road, is our farmhouse.
Okay, introducing the retirement program. If you follow me. Here we keep all our oldies, the ones that are retired from working for us. Some of them are older than others, but all of them have one in common: they're no longer used for the tourists. They just get to sit here, graze, relax. Incredibly cozy time. Bouncy over here, although still occasionally used for some light tourists and kids. He's still in a fairly good shape. Then we have Theodore over here. He's mostly done. He's just enjoying his retirement. Getting a bit skinny, but that's typical with age. And over here we have my very favorite. This is old Simba. He is by far our oldest horse. He is approximately 35 years old as of today. Probably doesn't have too much left. But Simba here has quite the history. He was, for well over 25 years he was the leader, undisputed leader of our pack. He was the king of our horses. Yes, I have so many stories regarding this horse. He was a very, and is a very special horse to me and everyone in the family. He has been with the family, well, a lot longer than I have. He was born when my parents had just started dating, and yeah, he was really powerful and strong. It was quite amazing. But he has been enjoying his retirement for quite some time now, just grazing and chilling here in the field.
So down this little road we have our guest houses. There are two cabins down there, a bigger one and a smaller one, with a beautiful view over our fields and to the ocean. So if you ever want to come for a visit, you can definitely stay there. And maybe you get a visit from the dogs. And I assume you already know this view from one of the last videos where we built that round pen. But if you go down this little path here, you will see this container. Siggy, what is this container for?
This is to house some of the workers we have here. You can sleep here in a furnished container.
A container sounds so, I don't know, unpleasant, but it can be quite cozy actually, and the girls enjoy a little bit of privacy because the other girls are staying with us in the big family house.
This is Kim. Now, Kim is quite special. She is our go-to work vehicle, quite useful when going down to the beach or repairing fences or chasing some horses. She may not look like much, but she runs, she goes, she still works just fine. Now she's on a bit of a pause at the moment. We are unfortunately not really able to use her much, because if you join me over here, I don't know how well you can see it, but if you look down into this hole right here, you might be able to see let's see. Yeah, right over there you can almost see it, some birdies nesting. So these are a few baby birds. See, Mama and Papa thought it was a brilliant idea to start nesting in one of the car's lights, well, missing lights. They have a very cozy time in there, and now we're just waiting for them to leave their nest so we can start using Kim again.
Yeah, and as you maybe you can hear, the parents are not very happy with staying too long close to their babies, so we will just continue. Hey?
Yeah, continue our tour.
There's Mama and Papa. Papa is also there. Look at them.
And right here we have our outhouses. Now, unfortunately, the outhouses on our farm are quite a bit run down and frankly in desperate need of some maintenance. They are not really useful for much than just sheltering vehicles and whatnot. But we have some future ideas with this place, and if everything goes to plan, we will likely be investing quite a bit in these areas. Now at the moment, these are not used for much more than storage, at least not this space here. So if we walk over here, we have our primary shoeing station, barrier area. We've got our horseshoes and our tools and everything for that. We also temporarily have the boots and the helmets for the tourists here, so they can fit things on. And we also have winter storage for saddles in this area here. This is one of the few areas where they are adequately protected, sheltered from the weather. In here we have a little space. We have a very rudimentary staple area thingy. Yeah, it's well, as you can see, it's very basic. It doesn't have any stalls. It's just one big open area. Although we can split it up into smaller areas, we have the thingies for it, but usually it's not very necessary because we typically don't need a stable. The only reason that we have this is so that we can either store horses that are sick and need to be protected from the weather, horses that have been ridden in the cold weather, so they need to be put away here to get warm, or any other reason where we might need to shelter them. They're also stored here while we're shoeing them. Now maybe one day, if we are doing well enough and our business flourishes, we might be able to open up all these 3 spaces, clean them out, fix up this building, and we might make a very adequate riding hall in here, where we can train horses all year around.
So, just around the corner from the shoeing station, we have that little space, which is right now just used for car storage. But if you remove the cars, that would be brilliant to actually build a little paddock there, because another future plan would be to actually turn that barn into a stable with some stalls, so we can train the horses in the wintertime. So we are inside the barn now, and again, right now it's mainly used for storage and desperately needs some spring cleanup, I guess. But it is quite a large area, and the future plan, of course far ahead in the future, would be to put some stalls to the left and to the right of this door over there. And because the roof is so high, we could maybe even put a flat up here for our staff members, because I think that could be a very cozy place for them. And Siggi, just one question. Why is there a bicycle dangling up like down from the roof?
Decoration.
Of course.
As you guys can see, these buildings are quite run down and frankly very messy. And both of which are projects for me and Kimmy in the nearby future to take care of. We need to clean these places up and at least apply a bit of maintenance to them. Now, these buildings, when we bought the farm in 2005, these buildings were already quite run down. They were already in a very poor state of repair. And well, we have used them to suit our purposes, to storing vehicles and other stuff in them. And well, we made the shoeing station and the little horse storage area. Of course, you know, due to lack of resources and time, what we've done so far hasn't been incredibly impressive. What I am particularly proud of is how we've managed to turn a very run down, practically falling apart cow house into a very formidable lobby.
So we're in our lobby now. This is the place where we greet our guests after their ride. We will offer them a hot drink, which is especially nice in the cold Icelandic weather conditions sometimes. And they can also buy little snacks here. So I really love the lobby because it's such a cozy place. And in the future we kind of hope to get the permits to also sell some food. Maybe my mother-in-law can bake some of her really delicious cakes that we could sell here to our customers. That would be brilliant. But I love the lobby, it's so cozy, and especially when you come in here after a ride in the rain and you can just sit down, relax and get warm. I love it. So, not only a nice topic but also important. If you come here for a visit, we have guest toilets! Hey, and guess what? You can even enter the toilets from the outside! Mind blown.
So, right over here we have yet another area that's sort of, well, work in progress. Right over there we have the garage. This is where we maintain our tractors, our cars and other vehicles. In here you see a box of containers and a little space in between. Now the future idea here is to build over it and build an extra barn there, or, well, most likely vehicle storage. You would put a door in the front, roof over it, and you would you would paint over and like cover all the containers so they wouldn't be visible. Now, here we have the horse work area, but I believe I will leave Kimmy to do that.
You come closer. Closer. Yeah. This is our container / saddle chamber, which I just recently cleaned, so come inside. Here we store our saddles, and I kind of hope that people will stick to the plan of hanging their helmets there. This is my helmet, I also didn't stick to my plan, oopsie. But yeah, here we have the helmets, saddles, a very clean rooftop, it's so shiny, and yeah, just some extra gear that we might need. Here's all my training stuff. I put together a massive first aid kit for my horses, and yeah, just some training equipment, special bridles, and yeah, halters, leashes, and well, this is a broken whip, but we also have nice whips in here. Should we show them the calendar or not?
Yes, I think we should show them the calendar.
Yeah, you know, I worked on a German island on a horse farm, and we have this tradition to always hang up a very special calendar. So yeah, this is now also the new tradition in Iceland, I think. Well, he's not very handsome, but the horses are. Yeah, so again, it's not much, but I love that I cleaned this place and that I put a little bit of my own structure in here. And yeah, maybe the little stickers everywhere are a little bit annoying. Maybe I have to remove them again. But we will see.
Now, whenever we might actually finish this building that I mentioned previously to make the vehicle storage, We would like to cut 2 doors into the side of this container going down here. And now this container will of course be dressed in either metal plating or wood or something to make it look a bit prettier. But the idea there is to redo our, well, make a new storage area for saddles and a place for the tourists to put their helmets on and boots and riding gear. Then going down from the side of it, there will be a wooden porch on it where people can like step out of the door directly and then go down a stair onto the main area. Back to you, Kimmy.
So, if you enter this area here, this is where we greet all our tourists before the tours. And we will ask them about their riding experience so we can find the perfect outfit. And if you come over here, you can actually see our big paddock where we bring in the horses in the mornings. And then we just have to, well, choose the right horse for every tourist that comes here. And then we bring them from the big paddock inside of this small paddock here. And just, well, quickly brush them if they need it, put a saddle on and a bridle, and then they're good to go for the tours. And Siggi actually built another paddock, or well, he has started.
Work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress. So if we have big groups, then we can split the horses up a little bit, which I think was a really brilliant idea. And then Siggi built something else that I just love. Should we just...
Yep.
See, to my left and to my right is a fence now, and that didn't used to be here before. It's just a couple of days old, and I actually love it for several reasons. Because A, it will be so much easier to bring in the horses to the paddock from their field in the mornings. They can just run along this path. B, it will be so much nicer for our beginners on the tours, because, well, even though we have really nice horses and they don't turn around or do anything, people will just feel safer when the horses can't go anywhere because of the fences. And it also just really looks pretty.
Now right up there on the other side of the highway you have what you know where the horses are right now, the winter field. A very large field that follows the mountainside until way over there off in the distance. But when the season starts, all the horses are brought back into the summer field. Now the summer field starts at that gate over there, and it goes all the way down where those horses are in the distance, and all the way down to that lake over there, and then to the road going down to the beach.
So this was our little tour of the farm. We hope you liked it. So you can see we have a lot to do, but I like the place. I love the place.
I adore it. Well, I grew up here, so I'm biased. But well, we have a lot to do, but we also have the will to do it.
Okay, so now on to the question part.
Indeed.
On Instagram, I actually asked my followers if they want to know something, well, regarding the farm, us, the horses, whatever, and I got quite a fair few questions. So one of them is, was it your first time in Iceland, and how long did you originally want to stay?
Oh boy.
So I arrived in Iceland last year in June, and yes, it was my first time. I intended to stay 3 months just to work here, and it was basically my little treat after graduating from high school, not high school, from university.
How did that work out?
Yeah, well, but I stayed. I left the country in October, I think, after the roundups in the north.
But then you already had plans to return.
Yeah.
You were already quite decisive about moving here. So.
Yeah. So I just went back to Germany to, well, organize stuff, see my family, spend Christmas with them, and then I returned. And never left since. So then we...
It's not true.
It's true, we visited my family again, together.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we have a question. Will you stay in Iceland the whole year, summer and winter, or just for the season? Well,
yeah.
We will just see how annoying Siggy is. No.
No, I presume you and I will live here all year round.
So, then we have another question. Who else lives on the farm and who has what, well, tasks?
Oh, I can take that one. Well, on the farm, you've seen the farmhouse earlier in the video. There are actually 2 floors on it, and it's 2 apartments. So me and Kimmy live upstairs, and we more or less run everything at this point. We manage the company and all the outside work and everything. But downstairs live my parents and my younger brother. They live, in the apartment downstairs. My father is a fisherman, and now he would usually also help around the farm, but he's been quite busy away now, so...
I think he's happy.
Yeah, I think
he
he's
can
very
get a break
happy.
now.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, other than that, it's mostly just us.
And the girls in the summer times, of course.
Yeah, the girls in the summer times.
Okay, then... Do you want to breed, or are you not doing that at all?
Well, I think you can tackle that one.
Yeah. So, my family-in-law used to breed on a really small scale, I think just for themselves,
Just really a hobby. We had 2 interesting mares that we attempted to breed, but we never had any stallions.
So now the foals from these 2 mares are in the age where you can ride them and train them, at least most of them. But I think I would love to pick up breeding again, at least on a small scale.
Absolutely.
We just have to see how much time we have for this, because I mean you have to read quite a bit into it, with what combinations from mares and stallions and whatnot. But yeah, I would love to have foals on the farm again.
I think it would be a very interesting future project to work on to start, to breed a little bit and bring it up to scale in time.
Yeah. How often is the farrier coming, and how can he handle this mess of horses?
Alright, so the farriers here are actually 2 local siblings that come here and help us around. They are very helpful. Typically they come about, typically each horse is shoot twice in the season. So once in the spring and then again in the middle of the summer. Now they are coming quite often, like they are maybe taking between 6 to 12 horses in a day, depending on how difficult they are. And so it's usually a week or 2, 2-week program basically for them to shoot the entire pack. And so they come over in a bit of a period in the spring, and then over in the middle of the summer they come in every now and then. Now in between we of course lose horseshoes every now and then and things like that, but me and my father usually handle that on our own.
Very well, actually.
And so yeah, I mean, how they can handle such a big pack, well, I guess they're tough bastards.
Okay, and then we have one last question concerning how our horses live here, and if they get, for example, extra food and whatnot.
So, me or you?
Both of us, maybe. So I think the horses here live as freely as possible. They have the massive fields, and they typically don't get any extra food in the summertime. They just have the grass and some minerals. And
the occasional treat.
The occasional treat, so always.
Now, the Icelandic horse, of course, is a very tough creature, and our horses, must like most horses in the country, are kept outside the entire year round. They never, pretty much never, see the inside of a stable. They have some shelters in their field that they can cover behind, but other than that, they mostly just stay outdoors. And in the winter time, we feed them hay, quite a lot of it. 2 big hay rolls a day.
And then, of course, we have the special occasions where some horses need some extra care. So right now we send 2 mares to Ólafsvík inside of a stable, so they can just
feed them especially.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of feeding them, of course, it's a bit tricky. Now, our horses are always in a very massive field, able to run around freely all day, every day. But in the winter times, we have to feed them. And since it's just a big pack, you have to make sure everyone gets fed properly. So I have to make a big effort to spread the hay evenly. And every day we need to look very carefully that every single horse is able to eat. Otherwise, the more bossy of the ones, they will just starve out the weaklings, basically. And so you got to make sure that they're all being fed, and of course we keep a close eye on that and make sure everyone is getting adequately fed.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sending in these questions. If you like that, maybe we can repeat this Q&A thingy at some point. And because you are always pushing me to say that the viewers have to follow me and whatnot, it's your turn this video.
So folks, remember to like, subscribe and comment under the video below. And we'll see you guys next time. Well, not on camera. I get real stage pressure.
Hey, and guess what? You can even the end. Well.
As you guys storing stuff.
Please don't open it. At the moment we just store rain gear.
We lock our stuff in here. Don't open it until in the morning. No.
Back to me. Well, this is your baby actually. You did this, so we just switch positions. I'm from you again.
Okay.
I have to sneeze.
Then sneeze away.
I can't. It's not coming.
Achoo! Now we can continue.
Okay, look in the camera.
I can't see the camera.
Ah, too bad.